Hopefully this is working. Looks like it's starting to work. I got an hourglass over here. Usually I do pre-recorded videos and put them on YouTube and share them on Facebook. And I noticed that I could do live Facebook videos on my computer. So I'm testing it out. Looks like there's one person on here. So hopefully the microphone's working. Hopefully everything's working. But anyways, I want to share a few thoughts for you guys with you guys tonight. I had actually two questions I wanted to pose, and I know there's a lot of debate on this out in the world today, but do you think theories that divide people are actually helpful to our society? And that's something I've been running through my mind. You know, people always find different ways to drive their point across, and I just at this point, I don't think theories that are dividing people are necessarily helpful in the situations we're facing today. And the other is, do theories that tell people that they're at a disadvantage in the world, do those help people? That's another one I've been really thinking about and going, man, I just don't see it. You know, even if it's to make them feel good, I just don't think it's helpful. I don't think it, you know, I could be wrong, but to me, it just doesn't seem like it's helpful. I'm a big person in big on encouraging people. I do daily videos in the mornings. They're usually about a minute or two long. Like I said, I record them, put them on YouTube, and then share them on Facebook and Instagram. And I always, enjoy encouraging people, even if it's not helping that many people. You know, you never know. I get these messages from people, and they're like, people I didn't even know was watching. They're like, man, I enjoy watching your little 1-2 minute videos in the morning. They really help. Keep doing it. So I'm going to expand on that a little bit. But tonight I had some questions and thoughts, and, I really think that we got to get to the point. I'm a pretty realist guy, can be a little hardcore sometimes. But, at times I've said stuff that's not necessarily helpful, or I thought has been helpful to other people in the world. And, I'm pretty strong in my beliefs and how I feel about things. But at the same time, I think we have to be productive in what we're doing. And I know there's a lot of times that, I've said stuff that's correct, that people should take note of, but at the same time, I didn't say it in the right way, and I probably said it in a hateful way, and it didn't come across right. And at the end of the day, 99% of the time, doing it in that manner is not productive. So I want to encourage people, if we're going to have good debate, and I think we should have good debate in our country. I think we've got to a place now where people hate each other based on their opinions, and that's something that's just happened probably in the last 10 years. And I think we need to get back to being able to agree to disagree. And we have a hard time with that now. And I can tell you right now, I may disagree with somebody till the cows come home. And if we can agree to disagree, and I'm fine with that. And I'm not the person that holds grudges against people. I don't hold harsh feelings towards somebody if they have a different point of view. And in fact, I'm a faith-based guy, and I do a lot of praying. I pray for people, hopefully that I have the right perspective. I don't always have the right perspective, but I pray that, people that don't have other people's best interest at heart, that someday, somehow, some way, they will, realize that and actually contribute and be a benefit to other people's lives. One of the books that's had a big impact on my life was actually written by two atheist doctors. And the book's all about how they made all these great achievements. And at the end of the day, they had all the accolades, all the money, anything that they could want. And they felt like something was still missing. So they wrote this book. And realistically, as they're writing the book, it's them finding God in their own way. And to me, it was just, it's a long read, it's a deep read, it's a hard read. But, I mean, you can spend a few days on a few pages just trying to kind of interpret and figure out what they were trying to say. But I think, I think we have to really work on encouraging people. And so I've got a thought for you tonight. You know, I've heard this analogy many times in my life that God provides the wood, but we have to build the table. And I'm always thinking about ways to be productive, and how can we really make a difference, even if it's a small difference. But a lot of times, if you can make a difference in one person's life, it could have a chain effect. So my encouragement tonight is I'm coming up with a new theory. It's going to be critical God theory. And you don't even have to believe in God for it to work. But the theory is based on that all things are possible if we have belief. And this is the big thing I have a problem with people telling other people that they're at a disadvantage. Because the real separator between people that are successful and not successful is their belief that it's possible. Because if we don't believe it's possible, then, the limitations just start to creep in. And then all of a sudden we're like, well, why don't you have the life that somebody else has? Well, I've got this limitation, I've got that limitation. But 99% of the time, they're all self-created. So if we're going to help somebody that has a disadvantaged mindset or doesn't believe in themselves that much, I believe we're all born with one powerful thing, and that is to think. We can think for ourselves. Nobody has to do that for us. We can choose our thoughts. And if we'll choose to believe things are more possible than not possible, that's what levels the playing field. So I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to pray for people who don't have other people's best interest at heart. But again, I believe faith without works is not good. It's not real productive. So my action is going to be, instead of tell other people that they're wrong, that their opinions or ideas are not good, they're garbage. No, I'm going to choose to be proactive. A lot of times just telling somebody they're wrong and they've got it wrong it isn't productive. It isn't going to change their mind. But what is productive? So what's the real issue? If there's people who believe they're at a disadvantage because what other people have told them, or because some theory is out there that they are really at a disadvantage. And I'll tell you a quick example here. I met this guy from Africa a few months ago, young guy. He's probably not even 30 years old yet. Came here as an immigrant with nothing. And within less than a 10-year period, has created a business and become a major success. He's making several $100,000 a year. And for me, I'm like, how can he do that? There's a lot of people here that have a lot more resources, or starting out with a lot more resources than he did. And how did he come in with less resources? And after you get to talking to him, you realize that limitation's not there. He didn't get the memo when he came in. And, they said, hey, you're black and you're at a disadvantage in this country. He didn't get it. He don't grasp that thought. So it's just interesting. It was really interesting talking to him, because he is just going for it and just making a heck of a life for himself. So tonight, the message is, I want to encourage people to have a critical God theory. Even if you don't believe in God, believe that all things are possible if you have belief. And encourage other people, especially those that don't believe in themselves and feel disadvantaged. Encourage those people. I believe that can make the biggest difference in our society if we'll take it upon ourselves to push other people forward in a good way. So, critical God theory, there you go. So, and like I said, even if you don't believe in God, I'm telling you, if you have the perspective and believe that all things are possible, it may change your life. So, Tommy Hamer says, you should have me on the video with you. I disagree. We can debate. Smiley face. What's up, Bubba? I'm glad you put a message on here, because I wasn't sure I'm even talking to anybody. So no, I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Bubba's a good friend of mine, and he's always liking videos, and he does a good job of encouraging me. A lot of times those little messages and things that people send, it does a lot. So, All right, so I'm going to see how this went. I'll go back and watch it. I can see comments. I can probably even make comments. I can even write a comment on here. So let me see. I'm going to write and just do hi and see if that goes through. But I'm going to do my daily encouraging videos on Facebook Live from now on. So we'll see how that goes and start communicating with people a little bit more and being a little bit more interactive. So, all right, you guys have a great evening, and I appreciate you guys watching.